Hey guys, it's your girl Terez Nicole with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, PenFed Realty. I'm also the director of cheerleading for Ballinger Creek Rec Council over at Crestwood Middle School and the varsity cheer coach over at Frederick High School. I'm doing Zoom interviews COVID style because of the CDC guidelines, and I'm trying to build a platform where our community partners and business owners can help provide support and resources to our community during this global pandemic. So before we get started, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page. We're here with our 8th Zoom interview with Mrs. Bonnie Claggett. She's here from Finding Your Footprint Foundation. Welcome. How are you today, Bonnie?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Oh, I am phenomenal. Just trying to figure out this this whole Zoom situation. You would think I would have it down packed after, the 8th time, right?
That just made perfect.
Exactly. This is true. So in one word, can you describe how you're feeling right now? It looks like you're centered. So in one word.
I am feeling blessed. Even with all that is going on, I am finding small victories every day, and I'm finding them within myself. I'm not allowing for my circumstances to dictate how I feel. I'm listening to what's going on. I'm observing, I'm processing, but then I'm also not internalizing it, and I'm not bringing it into myself, because you can only control what you can control. Everything that's out there, you can't control it. So I'm doing the best I can at this point.
I love it. I love it. Well, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about Finding Your Footprint Foundation?
Yes. So I started Finding Your Footprint Foundation Incorporated 2 years ago. And I started it because I was on my own spiritual journey, and I have a teenager. And at the time, she was dealing with some issues and home life and also social life. And in my current state, I wasn't dealing with it in a good way because she and I were butting heads. And a lot of times, people tell you that your children are mirrors of yourself. So I'm seeing her and I'm wondering, what is it about me that's bringing this out in her, or what is it about me that's causing that reaction? So instead of focusing so much on her and wanting to use you, I stepped back and did my own spiritual journey, trying to figure out what's going on with me. Once I got me straight, I noticed that her relationship with me changed. It became a much better relationship. I learned how to deal with her differently because I have 3 daughters, and each of them are totally different. I cannot parent each of them the same way. So I had to figure out how to parent each one of my daughters in the way that they needed me to parent them. This one was my last one, totally different than my other 2. But I had to go within myself to figure that out. I couldn't put all the blame and all the onus on her. I am the parent. So I had to be the parent that she needed me to be at this time in her life. And that is where my spiritual journey brought me to Finding Your Footprint Foundation, because it worked for me. And I also wanted to share these skills with others who may be having the same issues, or who may just want to find themselves and I'll just have a peaceful moment. So here we are, Finding Your Footprint Foundation.
I love it. So you actually internalized, found peace and balance within yourself, and then was able to build a better relationship with probably not only just the one daughter, with everybody, the whole family, right?
Yes, because in me dealing with myself, I had my own stuff that I had to deal with, that I carried with me through childhood all the way up into adulthood, that I did not realize. And by me doing that and dealing with those things and releasing all of this energy that was not serving me, it allowed me to find the true me, and to also be centered and grounded within myself, so that I can be a better parent to each of them. And not just a better parent, a better friend, a better wife, a better daughter, better sister, auntie. All of that is all encompassing. It helped me to create a better outside by me creating a better inside.
So just a whole better person in a whole. So it's pretty much what you created with Finding Your Footprint Foundation.
Yes.
I love it. So how have you been dealing with the pandemic?
Well, because I work in the schools, I wasn't able to physically go there. So what I have been doing is I do virtual classes. I just finished one. That's why I'm still in my yoga attire and I'm still sitting on my mat. I actually just closed out a session. So there are several schools here in Montgomery County that wanted me to offer my yoga and meditation services to the teachers, their staff. And that's what I've been doing this week for Teacher Appreciation Week. And then following this week, I'll continue to do more of these classes.
That is wonderful. So are you also doing anything for Frederick County? Because I know you work in Frederick County on
Yes.
site, but are you doing classes?
I'm not currently, but I am offering it because I know that with the students, we're not yet able to do the virtual sessions like this, only the videos.
Correct.
So for the athletes that I work with, I was able to send them just some information to kind of help them to get through this. And hopefully at some point we'll be able to offer group sessions to them as well. But if staff is open to having a virtual session, yes, I am able to do that with them as well.
Awesome. Check
That's
you out. I love it.
So you guys are like my project. I started with you guys. So yeah, I'm always here for you.
Yes. And how many sites do you have now? Because you're you're growing pretty vastly.
Yeah. So right now I'm just in the one school, Frederick in Frederick County, Frederick High School.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with a couple other schools. I don't want to name them yet, but I'm working with a couple other schools in Frederick County to get maybe this fall. And then also in Montgomery County, I think I now have a total of 4 schools that I'm working with. No, 5 schools that I'm working with and growing.
So within the schools, you do work with teachers and student athletes. Do you work with?
I do students as well, because before COVID-19, I was doing an after school program at Watkins Mill where I would offer after school mindfulness classes, and it would include breath work. It would include yoga and meditation.
Well, I know these strategies work firsthand because I took a few of your classes with our cheerleaders. So I do remember just feeling so relaxed and so peaceful in the moment. And then even after it was over, I was kind of like, this feels really easy. It was, so I definitely recommend what you're doing to anybody who needs some peace and serenity and just to give themselves some me time.
Right.
Do you think this would benefit other families like right now during the pandemic? Like how do you feel that this can benefit others?
Yes, because right now with everything that's going on, it's only going to help us to go within ourselves. And right now, this is a perfect time to deal with your inside, yourself, your true inner being, and to get quiet and to listen. And yoga is not everybody's cup of tea. Everybody doesn't like to move that way. That's fine. Everybody breathes. You got to breathe. If you don't breathe, you don't live, right? Okay, but there's a proper way to breathe in order to connect the mind, the body, the spirit, the soul, and also to relax yourself and to get to that inner peace and that inner being. So yes, I do recommend, if you don't like to do the yoga, just stretch. Yoga is basically, you're just moving the body and you're stretching. So just stretch, just do one little stretch every day, just to kind of just sit there, stretch and breathe. And just to learn how to do deep breathing. Everybody should do deep breathing, several deep breaths every day, 3 times a day. I recommend at least 3 to 5 deep breaths. And when I say deep breaths, I mean inhaling in deep through your nose, pushing that belly out to allow more air to get all the way down and fill all the way up into your lungs. And then when you exhale, bring that belly forward into the belly button, pushing all that air out. Those are complete refreshing breaths. 3 times each day. That's what I recommend. Start with that.
Awesome. Now, do you recommend any certain time of the day or?
Do it first thing in the morning.
Okay.
When you get up, when you wake up in the morning, just do it. And I'll say in the middle of the day, in the afternoon, do it again. Before you go to bed at night, before you close out for the night, do it again. And if you can in the morning, do a little bit of movement. Just stretch a little bit, stretch your arms up tall, twist your body a little bit, get that moving, get the muscles moving, bend down a little bit, stretch your legs, do whatever you can to get that body up and moving and get it going. because that fresh oxygen hits you first thing in the morning. It wakes up your mind, it wakes up your brain, it wakes up your body, and you'll feel better and you'll have a better day.
Awesome. Now, one of your other daughters, because I know you have three, she has her own yoga. She's like,
Yeah,
you guys are doing something together.
certified. Yeah, she's certified yoga teacher as well, and she and I work together from time to time. Her name is Brianni. She also worked at Frederick High School with athletes for a period of time, and then she got pulled off to do other things, and I jumped in and filled in and
I love
took
it.
that over for her. But yeah, she's currently working as well as a yoga, and she works mostly now in Baltimore because that's where she's trying to build her base now.
Oh, so you guys are taking over the world. Look at you.
One step at a time.
I love it. So what challenges are you guys seeing, like with the whole virtual platform? Are you having any challenges, or is everything kind of smooth?
I wouldn't say smooth. One of my classes, I got kicked out and it wouldn't let me back in. But fortunately, it was at the very end. But I like to close out my practices, and I like to, tie it all together and to connect with my students at the end. So it cut me off right at the end, so I didn't get a chance to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's just been getting used to being in front of a camera. I'm not a front of the camera person. I'm a behind the scenes person. My daughter is the one she videos all the time. So this was a challenge for me to kind of get beyond myself and to get out of my comfort zone and to be comfortable in it. So
Yeah, we don't have a choice but to get comfortable being uncomfortable right now. So
if I want to help people, I've got to do it. I've got to be flexible in the way that I'm able to bring my gifts and my skills to you and to everyone out there.
I agree, which is why I created this platform, because I said, I was calling my cheerleaders and calling my families, and they were telling me about different situations they were struggling with throughout this pandemic and just being home. And I was like, you know what? Let me get some professionals or some community leaders on a line that can kind of just let us know how they're doing. So
Right.
how are you dealing with your days? Are you kind of scheduling things? How are you dealing with your days?
Well, I do have a schedule because there's certain things that I have to do. I do have several morning classes that I have to attend every morning. But when I get up in the morning, I do what I suggested.
Mm-hmm.
I get up and I take my deep breaths and I try to do a little bit of movement to wake my body up. And then I go on with my day. And another thing that I want to say to people, we can get outside. We can take walks. I suggest you take a nature walk. You can either go in your neighborhood, you can go to one of the local parks that are open and just walk. And walking is a form of meditation. And while you're walking, just notice what's going on around you. Just notice the trees, notice if there are butterflies, bees, just notice everything, taking it all in and just being present in that moment. Take a nice long walk and just be present with your walking. Not without take your headphones out and just be present and see what's around you, observe what's around you. That's one of the things that we do often. We do puzzles. I used to do puzzles when I was younger, and I used to do it with my kids all the time. So I decided, hey, I'll get a 1,000-piece puzzle. And I did. And I set it out, and I started doing it. And then I engaged my husband. I said, hey, why don't you come do this puzzle? Help me out. Let's sit here and talk a little bit. So he would put one piece in the beginning, and then he'd be like, okay, I'm done. And then he kept coming back one more piece. And then finally he got in and he just started doing a whole little section.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with my daughter, Kristen, my youngest. I said, Kristen, no, I don't want to do puzzles. That's too still for me.
Mm-hmm.
After she ended up actually helping me finish the whole side of the puzzle.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
Just anything to help you to be present in the moment. Listen to music, listen to upbeat information, don't watch too much TV.
Especially the news.
Different perspectives out there. There's so many different perspectives out there. What's going on? Give yourself maybe an hour a day where you catch up with what's going on and then shut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go, because I promise you, it'll be there tomorrow.
Absolutely.
But let it go and then process that and then come back to yourself. But try to enjoy your family. Try to enjoy these moments because we don't get this often. This is a pause. This is a huge pause for the whole world. Take it, enjoy it, relish it. Don't fight against it.
I agree. I totally agree with that advice. Especially when, when we're with the daily hustle and bustle, we're always like, oh, I wish I could spend more time at home. I wish I could see my family more. And now we have the opportunity to do it. We should really embrace it and take advantage of it. Like this is the time to connect. And I've been talking with some community leaders, which I'll be talking to them later this week about reinventing themselves while they're on this little break right here. So I'm kind of loving what I'm seeing in our community.
Yeah, and that's another thing. When you're quiet and you're peaceful and you're in this moment and you don't have a lot of distractions, you'd be surprised at what your inner self is telling you and what is coming out that you can actually hear now, that you couldn't hear before. Now you can actually hear what's going on. Your insides, your internal is always speaking to you. That inner God is there, always talking to you. But we never want to be still to listen. Now you have that chance. Listen, because after this is over, we will all be different people. I promise you.
And with your yoga and meditation, you're always still and you're always listening. However, during this time, have you heard anything different in those moments when you're still in observing what's going on?
I actually got a new idea.
Love it.
So we're going to expand, and we're going to go in a different area. Still the same thing, but yes, I received some much needed and some, I'm very excited about it.
Awesome.
So I can't wait to share it, but I will not share it yet. But yes, me being still, my inner being, my God has just spoken so much to me about what I've done so far, where I am, and also about where I'm about to go.
So guys, you heard it. Now is the time to really be still and take advantage of this time to kind of see if you're even in the right place or the right space. So I definitely encourage you guys to take Bonnie's advice, some really good stuff. So I guess you've been focused on what's next. Have you been reading any good books?
Yes. I actually have a couple of books that I am reading off and on. The one book that I am reading is called More Than Enough. And I wish I didn't bring it here to sit it beside me. But if you ask me later, I'll send you the information. But it's called More Than Enough, because so often we think that we have to look outside of ourselves to get what we want in life, and we do not. Everything that we need, God has given us, is already here, already in us. As long as we learn to love ourselves, accept ourselves, and listen to our inner being, we will find what it is that we're searching for in life. So that is a very important book for you to know that you are more than enough.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So what advice, and I know you already gave us some advice, can you give the people at home any more advice of what they could be doing right now during the pandemic?
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, connecting with your significant other, connecting with your children, actually listening to them, not just talking to them, listening to them, hearing them, in a different space, because now they got all the time in the world to talk to you, but are you truly hearing what they're saying? We don't have those distractions anymore. Listen to what they're actually saying to you, and take it in, and take yourself out of it, and allow them to speak to you, and allow yourself to be open to what they're saying. Because when you're more open, when you're listening to them to listen, and you're not listening to them to respond,
yes,
you hear what they are saying to you. And they're saying a lot. Even when they say a little bit, they're saying a lot. So embrace each other, listen to each other, love each other, enjoy this time. No time for fighting, bickering, none of that. This is all about love, peace, joy. Enjoy this time as much as you can. You can't control what's going on out there, but you can control what's going on in here.
I love it. And I'm a quote girl. So I allow quotes to control me a lot. Like I wake up and I kind of read a quote and I'm like, wow, I'm fueled by that. I'm going to allow that to motivate me for the day. Do you read any quotes, or do you have a favorite quote or anything?
When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I like to do is start with gratitude.
Oh, yeah.
I like to think of all the things that I have to be grateful for. Because even during this pandemic, we all can think of things that we can be grateful for. I try to name at least 5 things that I am grateful for. And during the day, I try to reflect back on those things that I'm grateful for and continue to be grateful for them.
Right.
But start out with gratitude, because that'll start your day in a whole different way. When you wake up and you start out, you know what? So I may not be working. Oh gosh, I can't go to the mall. I can't see my family, my friends. You can't see them in person, but you can see them virtually.
Yeah.
You can talk to them. Okay, but you have a roof over your head. You are eating. There's so much to be grateful for. Let's focus on what we have to be grateful for. So I like to start my day with gratitude and positive affirmations, positive things I say to myself, like we just talked about, more than enough. I am more than enough. I have what I need to succeed. I am wonderful. I am loved. I am loving. I am grateful. And anything positive to lift you up. You know, I am whole, healthy. I'm healed. You know, I have all that I need. My needs are provided. God is sending me everything I need to be a complete person.
Yeah, we do a lot of that gratitude and positive affirmations, even in real estate, you know, because when you're running a business, it gets difficult sometimes. So, you know, just having that positive affirmation to kind of get you going. That's the motivation. That's the quotes. That's the energy that we're looking for. Sometimes we just have to dig deep and then pull it out and go, you know? So I definitely appreciate all that. And then I know you're talking about gratitude, and a lot of people right now, a lot of families, they're fearful. There's a lot of uncertainty that's going on right now. And we are in a loss of control of a lot of things, to where normally we're people that are in control of everything, almost. Not everything, but almost. So right now, a lot of families have lost a lot of control. What is one thing that a thing or your favorite, I'm not your favorite, a thing or energy, a positive energy that you're in control of right now?
Me. Me. Because with everything else that's going on, you only have control of you. You can't control the situations, all situations that are around you, but you can control you. And you can control how you allow what is happening around you affect you. All I can control is me. So God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I can change. Okay? The things that I can't change, help me to know what they are. Exactly. And to release them back. And to give you they're not mine. If I can't change them, they're not mine.
Right.
Okay? And the wisdom to know the difference between the two. What can I control? What can I not control? Absolutely. What I can control, take it within myself, process it, deal with it, do what I can. What I cannot control, release it back, because it's not mine.
Some really good advice there. Thank you so very much today for meeting with me, Bonnie. You do a lot in our community, a lot with our youth, and I greatly appreciate that. Really quickly though, because I know you said you have some things in the pipeline that you're not willing to share. Do you foresee any virtual classes staying there in the future? Oh, wow.
Yes. Classes that's going to continue. My daughter and I are working on, trying to actually do videos. So if they can't do the virtual classes, they can go online and do the videos, just see videos that we've created. So yes, that. And I will pop a little tidbit in there, and don't ask me no more about it.
I won't ask you no more about it.
Just little tidbit is we are working on a retreat center.
Nice. Okay, I can't ask you anything else about it. You heard it coming, right? You heard the question coming. Refrain. But awesome. So if someone wants to register with you, or they want to take a class right now, how do they get in touch with you? How do they register? What's the process?
They can either go on our website, which is fyffinc.org. It's our Finding Your Footprint Incorporated.org. And you can email me at fyffinc@gmail.com. Or you can call the office phone number. It's online as well. And there's a contact page on there. If you
Okay.
want to click on the contact page and leave us some information, we'll get back with you. But we're open. We're here to do virtual sessions, however we can help. If you're comfortable with a one-on-one session, we'll do that as well. One-on-one group sessions, however we can help you, we're here to help.
Awesome. So what I'll do, Bonnie, is I'll go ahead and add this information to the YouTube site. So guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Once you subscribe, go ahead and like and share so others can also subscribe. This is a community connection page where we all coming together as a community and putting resources out there that can help, such as finding your footprint. It can help you guys be centered and be peaceful and kind of deal with the pandemic a lot better. So definitely please go visit Bonnie's website and take advantage of her services. They work, I know. But thank you so very much for joining me today, Bonnie. I definitely appreciate everything you do.
I appreciate you as well.
Thanks.
You're welcome.